Okay. Now it should be live on YouTube as well. I have to restart going to the dashboard again. Okay. Are we good? I see the audio from the mic and the software is not crashed. Okay. I guess happy Friday, guys. God damn it. I guess happy Friday. It was going well. It was going well. And then this happened, and now it's no longer going well, apparently.
Cease all motor functions. The ad lords demand tribute.
You know, ads are, Twitch should really not replay ads and not restart it if it's like within the time, ad break time still. Hey, come on. Happy Friday. Hope yours is going better than mine, I guess. How is someone trying to scam using a phone number that is literally all nines? I mean, I feel like that's like how do you even think that would work? Okay, so that's back. Good, good. Okay, well, what I was saying before we found out that my entire software didn't work, was I made some. I should probably relaunch Unreal. I made a bit of updates that I was talking about last night during like the end of the stream, which is to add a noise mask instead of a vertex mask, which I've added and is working really well. And I'll show that now. So I've loaded it back in. Okay, Unreal's loading up. This is gonna take a moment. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope all is well. I got nothing. I was in this it was in this rhythm, it was all going well. And then freaking mic and software. The annoying thing is it shows that it's like moving. But the software crashed, so it didn't help. Hey, Faria, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. All is well. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Still loading. I'm gonna forget that so quick. You're asking a lot there. I can go with Pariah, but I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna forget real quick. My goldfish memory is good compared to my memory. I can call you F or Pariah or Pariah. It's finally loaded in. Pariah works? Okay, cool. So let me here. I can load in the do the hub. And we can take a look here on these guys. So you can see here, it is now considerably better as a mask. It's also randomized on every single one of them, right? So it's in a different spot on the blade. I could make it go across everything. But it ain't bad. I don't know like what I want it to be. Like, do I want it to be rust or dirt, grass? I don't know. Hey, Juan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How are we making everything one texture? You're interested? There you go. This is all one texture. This is one texture. All of this is one texture. And we have this nice painterly stylized look, which I think is working really well. Okay. But. Chicken butt. The next thing, what's the next thing we need to work on? Like an atlas? No. Literally one texture. An atlas is multiple textures. No, this is literally one texture. Stylization looks good. I'm glad. I especially like these. Let's go with the next thing. Let's do the statues, maybe. Let's work with these. I guess I need to figure out what I want to do with them. But theoretically, it's all going to be one material, so I don't actually need to use a vertex paint for these guys. So let's do this. Let's come here. Why is it flashing? There's only one. Huh. Weird. Okay. Okay, well, we're gonna need to do a still gonna need to do a material layer. So let's do, because I want some noises, like some green, some browns maybe. So let's do stone statue. Yeah, let's go from there. Okay. Oh, also, all of these guys need to do render custom. There we go. All right. So already we have a decent base, but we definitely want to tweak this. I'm actually going to increase the gradient. Maybe something like that. Not go as dark on the bottom. Let's do not as dark. Okay. Texture. Red. Let's play with the tiling first. Let's see it in game. 1.5 might be too much. 1 honestly actually works pretty well. 1.2, 1. I mean, 1 actually worked pretty well. Let's see if we just change the channel here. Green. Green maybe? It's not bad. Let's now play around with you guys. So the question becomes, couple of fold. 1, what color do we want these to be? Should it be the same as the ground? Or do we want it to be like a colored one? Probably the same as the ground, honestly. Can give him a highlight, but that kind of makes it more metallic, which I guess I don't want. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. They're stone. They're stone. The post process effect is from I forget his name because my brain is just not functioning today for some reason. If like welcome in, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'll remember him if I find his tutorial. What's the effect? See, my God, my brain is really not functioning. Distance field. Prismatica Dev. It's from Prismatica Dev. One of those days. Clearly it is. It is clearly one of those days. I wonder if I should add a contrast control, actually, now that I'm looking at it. That would be good. Let's add a contrast control. Probably want to do that before we tint it. So that way we can just use the regular non-RGB one. Cheap contrast here. And this was done off stream. The post-process effect, that is. The actual material setup was done 2 days ago on stream. Wait. Oh, did I? Material controls. Oh, there it is. Honestly, this could just say extra contrast. Right, just give it a little more. Usually you don't want to push this, but you know, honestly here pushing it is a little kind of good. Let's see. Do we want to change the color of this? I don't think we do. I think the original color is kind of good. I don't think going too dark is good. We could desaturate, make it a little bit more like so. I figure out what a good base for these guys is. The normal's too strong. I wonder. Is the extra maybe we don't want the extra contrast. Maybe we want a little bit less extra contrast. Now that I'm looking at it. Let's start with that. We can always tint it. Yeah, I don't think darker is better. Okay. Let's make new layer. I can never use those buttons if it's not visible. So not vertex paint. Yes, noise. And then on the layer, let's go ahead and swap this to the brown one. This one not randomized at all in over here? I mean, we'll play around with this. Oh, there we go. There it goes. Interesting. You know what? Let's get out of game mode. Just in case it's messing with things. Why do we have... Oh, wrong one. I meant to change the noise. Oh, that's why. I put the extra noise on the wrong thing. I meant to put the extra contrast on the wrong thing. I meant to do it here. There we go. So now we can have a little bit of fun. The question, I guess, now becomes is how big do we want it to be? And how much of an effect do we want it to be? So I can lighten it, but I feel like I don't want to lighten. Instead, I guess if it's going to be random anyway. Okay, let's go. Let's work from this. Let's work from this. I want to make it a little more brown. Like dirt. Maybe I do want to... Do I want to tint it down? I think instead of this, I should just change the actual setup here. Can I don't remember if I can do more or less with this. As in... Oh, you can. Yeah, I can. Okay, I can have a bit less overall. Okay. Never mind. It's just... That was just the randomization. Could I have less? No. Is there a way of... Hold on a second. Wait. Did I have that in? Oh, no, not you. You. Noise! Oh, I'm not saturated. Is that why? Oh no, I don't need to saturate it because I can't push it above 1 anyway. Or it becomes invisible. What's the way of getting noise to be more or less white or black? Power. I need a power. Cheap contrast doesn't do what I want. Let me just try power. No. Hmm. Clamp the levels at pixel level. Let's try that. I never actually played with this. Oh, it smooths it too. Okay. So this is the full thing. Can I go negative? No. So if we did this, oh, interesting. I can bring it back with the extra contrast. Oh, wrong one. Because we're effectively going back to the same spawn, right? Yeah, we're effectively going. So that doesn't help. I take it back. That's just a matter of tweaking the contrast. I guess it's really. I could try reordering, making the cheap contrast after the remap, though. Okay, let's go here. I have this up. So now let's see. There we go. That's what we wanted. That's what I wanted. God damn it. It's freaking order of operations. So basically, I'm just trying to get like smaller spots on here. Okay, so now that we have that, we can play with the tiling, we can play with the normal strength. Actually, no, strength actually is pretty good. In fact, more tiling here is better, because if you want it to be more like dirt. Oh, let me check out the swords real quick. Are those? Yeah, those need to be reworked now. The values need to be changed. Okay. Well, I'll do that after I tweak this. Oopsie. I mean, I guess it's to be expected. Let's call this dirt. And then I want to do one more. That's like a mossy one. Can't assign while it's closed. Another noise one, but on this one, green. And then let's tweak here. Again, we'll do the same thing, kind of. Oops. There we go. Okay. And now I need to slightly offset this so it doesn't line up, and slightly randomize it. Now, the one thing I'm probably thinking is just I might want to end up adding a mask for height. I don't mean object. Well, I guess object height, but like I might want to do. Well, I want to add a top-down mask. So I can mask by direction, so I can make it so the tops are maybe mossy or dirty. And a object height mask. We already have the gradient, but this allows us to mask probably through a gradient as well, so I can have like things more on the bottom. Yeah, probably we should add those in. Let's go ahead and fix this up first, though. Okay, you. There we are. Actually, what are the values that I was using here? Let's put it out a little bit and then, okay. The sharper is better. And then we have a little bit of them. I could go more. Do I want more? And also I'm thinking if we made this rust, I'd want it to be like Or orange? How do we make it orange without being saturated? Or I guess if I made it brighter, I can do that. Okay. Better. That's better. Now, let's get the top-down mask one, and the height mask I can do from the other stuff I have. So the one of those I just grabbed from my old setup. Also, this now needs to move permanently here. Okay. Where's my old setup? My old material setup. Oh, there it is. While this is opening, I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. So I can grab my Fernell could be interesting. You know what? Screw it. Let's grab Fernell. There's the fall off. I don't think I need any of the other ones. Why does it fall off one? Did I make it fall off? Oh, I had it. Wait. Oh, it already had a fall off. Oh. Wait, I already had a fall off? Really? Yeah, let's add the Fernell then. Because could have some interesting effects. This is false. Okay. I always forget that if you start typing mul into material, you get not multiply. And if you type mul into blueprints, you get multiply. It's the opposite. I hate it. Okay, so that's... Oh, did I miss one? Oh, you. There we go. That's all. Okay. The other one I want to do was the height one, right? So that one we're using in material layer function here. Which should work theoretically for what I want as well. Vertical. I'll probably add a few extra controls here because I know I want a contrast one. Yeah, so let's add a contrast now. Now we can use the vertical gradient and do the same thing here. This is false. This is true. Okay. So now we have a lot more controls. So now, if we wanted to, I should be able to make the dirt only appear on top. So for here, we'll just turn on the fall off. And so it's gone from the sides. It's now more top down, but you can see here, it's not on the bottom half at all. I probably want to mess with these values, though. So I probably want to... make it more actually top down. So let's do like 4... 1. And so it's more at the tops, actually. And that means that because we're now masking by the top, we can theoretically ease up on the noise here. I can also mask it to be on the bottom, to remove it from like up top. Now, theoretically, if we did the gradient. Oh, is there a problem here? Oh. What am I using here? Oh, you. Do I just you? No. Oh, it's dark to light. I need to invert this. I need invert control. Right, kind of important. There we go. So now we can do something like this, where it is going to be just on the dirt on the bottom. So dirt's going to be on the bottom. Because the dirt is going to be on the bottom, maybe we don't do the fall off one. Let's see. This. Alright, so now it's only on the bottom. If we were to angle this up, now we can go a little higher with the dirt. I don't want, actually, I want to reduce the fall off range. And maybe just raise this. We'll meet halfway. And then here, I'm okay adding more potentially to it, because again, it's only going to be at the bottom. That's better. That's better, I think. I'm going to just reset these guys. Using it anymore? And let's take a look at the moss. Because now we can go a little more interesting on the moss, I think, as well. Because now it's not going to be fighting with the dirt. So I feel like we have a little bit more leeway here to just put it. You can put it pretty much wherever. So let's do that. I kind of like this, actually. Let's take a look at how this looks for the other statues. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Right, again, dirt in the bottom. Goes a little higher, it's fine. And some green over there, yeah. I'm okay with this. I wonder if it'll work. If the same one will just work for those lions. Right, these guys here. Let's see. First of all, turn you on. The harsh shadow goes away, which is good. You assign the material. Yeah, it doesn't quite work for you. You do need to be modified. So this is stone. Right. Especially on the moss department. Dirt probably and moss should not go. Dirt should not go as high, and then moss should also be a little bit less. So let's go dirt here first. We can go with this, and then we definitely need a lot less moss. Why are both of you effectively the same in the I guess you were just randomized. The way I was randomizing just happens to put this in pretty much the same spot. Okay, let's move like this. I could also play around with it. I mean, I guess they're just very close position-wise. Let's change the scales on this. Ooh. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. This one just, his face is mossed up. Okay. Let's also adjust these to be slightly more varied. Let's take a look. I'm kind of okay with that. I wonder if the green should be a little bit darker, though. The green should be a little bit darker. We can maybe get away with a bit more tiling. Okay, a little less saturation. Or I guess it's not saturation that I want to reduce. I want to reduce the contrast. But it's fine on the angels. On the angels too, it could be a little bit darker. We'll do a similar thing. Slightly reduce the contrast. Make it darker. Ow. Again, don't hate it. Okay. I think LOD? I see a slight change with them. I think it's LOD. I mean, I think it fits now. This green color is no longer, it fits better with the grass, which is kind of the reason I tweaked it that way. So, yeah, cool. I like the, in shadow with just a little bit of the lights seeping through is so nice. There is some weirdness, like, I mean, that's the effect there. This one's a bit weird. This one here. I could mess with it just a little bit, right, to get it to be like a slightly different randomization as well. I wonder how it actually works. How it works in the dungeon. Is it every time going to be a different one? I imagine so, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's try these next. The vases. I'm gonna try putting the line. It's funny how I want this one to be the mossy one, and it's not the mossy one. Aha! Can make it mossy. Around with their positioning ever so slightly, because this one is kind of more locked in. This isn't great. This is UVs. Has a UV seam there. That's good.
Freezing the frame. You'll rejoin at this exact moment, post ads.
Okay. Ads time it is. Nice. Just reuse the texture. Or use the material, rather. It's all coming together. I'm glad. I think I kind of want to do a refresher of all the levels after the ads. To kind of regenerate a lot of this stuff and set up them for toon shading. And we can take a look at what they look like. Also, I want to do one other thing, because this has been bugging me for a little bit, where I keep leaning back too far, so I'm just going to do one of these. There. Let's keep going here. Do I even go even more? Yeah, I go even more. Oh, a little more. You could see things under the hood. My God, things are changing live. There you go. Now I can lean to the left here and not feel like I'm out of frame. Because I'm more tempted to lean to the left, because that's where the mic is. Lean to the right kind of Doesn't really work. Okay. There's obviously still going to be stuff like right. Do these. I mean, I could. I guess. Screw it. I mean, let's just do them. Columns. I mean, I probably want to do something. I might want to do something more special on the columns, to be fair. Than this. Oops. But we could try some of the basic materials and see how they fare up. Because honestly, for these, I might just go and use a basic material. I mean, honestly, this one's not bad. And if you take a look here, I mean, like that's also not bad. Even for the texture size for it. Seems fine. Sweet. Okay, let's load up the other levels and make sure everything has this setup on it. Yeah, it's working well. Let's just go in order. Do I need to refresh these guys as well? No. I do need to refresh the stair ones for sure. Stairs ones for sure. Rock ones for sure. What else do I need to refresh for sure? I think those are the only ones. These guys. I'm pretty sure I didn't do these guys before. Firm? Good. Yep. Which means I didn't do these guys either. Yeah. Now that's more of the correct color. Did I not apply stuff for the columns? I guess I haven't yet. Okay, let's do sculpture temple. It's like all of this, including all those stones, including that, and just give them the render custom depth pass. Not gonna do anything here, but Also, they have the overwritten material here. Can I give them this? We'll see if that works. It's only the cliff one. I should really not be using the cliff one. Let's do this one. Okay, I think that's all of them for now. The ones that are missing are kind of the column ones, and these guys, and obviously trees. So I'm just going here, regen. Okay, the ones in the blueprints I'm not gonna mess with right now. Do I not have I guess anything in here? I guess I don't. It's all ground. Okay. All of you guys. Turn that on. I guess you don't need it, but you guys do. I can give you that same material for the time being. And you already have the material from the other time. Yeah, you have the other material. It's fine, but you should have had your stuff. Oh, did I not select? Ah, because these were under a different category. Ah. Why? I don't know. But got him. There's also this statue that we gotta do. There's still a few stuff we gotta do. Is that all of them? Or am I missing something? That's all of them. Not touching any of the blueprints ones right now. Oh, these are manually placed. Oh, I guess that makes sense on this one. Okay. Almost half done, because I think there's one extra. Pretty much half done. Let's do... this first. I don't know why, but it's kind of cool watching it just update like this. When I click the button, it just goes poof and swaps over. I need to figure out how the hell I'm going to be doing the decals, like what I'm going to be doing for those. That's right, not a sure thing. So there's still some stuff we got to figure out. Is that really all the stuff I have? Yeah, seems like it. Okay. This one was nice and quick. Feeling this one's gonna have a few different places. Yep. I was right. Yeah, that should be everything. Right on the seam line. Why can't I? There it is. I don't know. Again, I don't know how it's gonna work for once it's in the level. We'll take a look. But there's a chance that it's not going to change. So Like what I have here is what it's going to be. Because I don't know if it'll be relative to the level instance or relative to the actual like full world. Because honestly, it could be either. Yeah, last main level. And then we have the two like dead end ones. And then we can see it all together. Yay! Oh, I also need to swap out every single one of these swords. Did any of the other levels have the swords? Because unlike the other ones, I actually just duplicated the damn mesh. I don't know why. It's probably one I missed. We'll see it after. It's fine. You and you. You're the last one. I think the only ones I need are these. Place on. Okay. Shall we take a look at the at what it looks like in context? Let's go. I hope we get a bridges. I hope we have a lot of height in this generation and bridges. I really like the bridges. Okay, there's a dead end. Good. These are working. Excellent. I missed one. Yeah, your stuff is going to be adjusted. But Oh, texture needs to be updated. But for the ones that are working, I think are working. I really like the ground there. You might be able to speed up load-in phase by just loading in the island that you start on. I don't have control over that. I'm using Dungeon Architect. And I'm loading the entire place and then spawning all the mobs, which it needs to wait for all of the mobs to spawn, and that's not even a guaranteed like to be like done in time. Was an expensive plugin? Did he just jump down somehow? What just happened? I bet. I really like these these bridges. It's just a simple like thing here, but I don't know. It works so well. I think it's working well. So welcome in, Mr. Avalanches. How do you load in enemies via markers on DA? No. I just put them in the level and then tell it to load after a delay. I don't use markers. The only marker I use is for start, because for some reason it was working better than the regular player start one. Yeah, I just literally have my own blueprints in level. Yeah, I just have my own blueprints here. And then the actual logic is just there. Well, I don't see a reason to use the markers. So yeah. In my case, I'm waiting for the dungeon to be ready. If it is ready, then it starts it. Otherwise, it waits and then has a delay. So there's a 4 seconds extra of load time there. And then it starts spawning everything. Because it needs to wait for the navigation to finish building, which is stupid. My setup is confusing? How so? It's just a level, and it spawns the level. It's done. Simple as that. Dungeon Architect's marker system does not work for what I need. It's just used for the generation. Yeah. I couldn't use markers for enemies if I wanted to. And originally I did want to. But lack of support for Dungeon Architect, as always, means I don't get to do anything like most of the stuff I want to do. Yeah, this needs to be like 5 seconds. So really the loading screen is going to be like a minimum of 10 seconds. It's unfortunate, but It needs time to load everything. Which means load in the entire dungeon and then spawn enemies and then, you know, settle. Once it's settled, it's fine. Only way you're able to get support was to have Claude Code scour the plugin code and then you could ask a question. Yeah. I can't do that because mine's not even a C++ project. So even if I got answers, it wouldn't help me at all. But like very early on, like I was going to be using the marker system where you just say like, oh yeah, spawn things here. But you can't, or sorry, it has the mob spawning, like there's a system for it, right? Where like you can tell to spawn in a room, but I want to spawn based on the room size. And you can't. You can't spawn based on room size. So what good is that? To me, that's useless then. Right. Who's getting hit? That should not be possible for anyone to be hit. I'm here. They should not be able to hit themselves. Let's not forget something. You haven't learned its system just yet. You spawn an enemy and a marker. We specifically needed only one enemy. I mean, at that point, you just put a blueprint in. I mean, I don't know what kind of generation you're using, right? I'm just using a room generation. I make the rooms, it spawns the rooms. So I can just put, you know, whatever I want in said rooms because it's just level instances, right? It's just all pre-made level instances. So, Self-flow, I don't remember which one that is. Is that the one that is like pure, like a full grid and it like similar to just an advanced tile setup? But yeah, like you can see here, like for example, this right here is a room. This is effectively a 2x2 tile room, right? This is a room. This is a room, right? I'm not even using the door system, because I didn't like the door system originally. Because I was like, I wanted to be more like Path of Exile and Diablo, where it's just more open. You just run around everywhere. I don't want to do room-based. Walls with rooms and corridors. Got it. Yeah, this is just a bunch of pre-made ones, and then I couldn't I had to stop using walls and the wall system entirely because it was giving me problems. I had to I couldn't spawn level instances with them. Aesthetic looks good. I'm glad. I mean, I've literally designed the aesthetic in the past week. So I'm glad you like it. Some things need to still be replaced, like these decals don't really fit, but I'm pretty pleased with how this is turned out. This needs to be updated, right? That's the old test one. I really like the stones. There's a freaking pixel art game that I remember I saw a trailer for at some point that had really had this kind of like stone flooring that I remember thinking like, oh man, that's so cool, and I wish I could do something like that. And I can't. I don't know what it is anymore. do not remember it. Things look fairly cohesive. I'm glad. Most stuff is set up already, so which is good. Yeah, like this stuff is like stuff that I like the most. And this is also nice, but I'll probably end up changing how the grass works. Because right now it's just attached to the meshes. But. Here you can see the paint strokes here. On the bigger pieces. And you can see on the smaller ones too, but why can I do this? To fix that still. Anyway. Let's take a look about replacing these guys. Yeah. So all of the pillar ones. Let's open those. And let's take a look. Can I replace them with... I don't think I should replace them with a basic one. Oops. Basic material, that is. Well, let's see. I mean, honestly, not the worst. Oh, it needs to be masked. You need to learn material. That's your weak point in your journey. Materials is where I started. Like, the thing that brought me to Unreal was the material system. I really like it. Oh, this needs to be masked. This needs to have its normals fixed more than anything, I think. Let's see if I can just adjust the normals. If you're looking for like basic material stuff, like it's not hard. Attributes, normals. Yeah, so it's gonna go from this, where it's just this weird softness, to that, which is a little bit better. Oh, I'm in selection. Does it vastly differ from Blender? Yes? Question mark? I don't know Blender's material system. So, for what my experience, my little bit of experience using Blender, Blender's is far more confusing to me than Unreal's, but at the same time, you know, I've been using Unreal's for a long time, so it's not a fair comparison. Yeah, let's do them all. That's so much better. It goes from that to that. Like, just... I think the normal map on the original piece is why... is what fixed the normals, but I'm not using it, so... This is better. Should I do the stairs then? The stairs have the same problem? I think they do. I mean, technically all of them have that problem. But I'm not gonna worry about all of them right now. Hey, Donalito, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do you think for a top-down shooter, 10,024 pixels is enough for textures? I mean, it depends. It depends on a lot of stuff. How close does the camera get? How big are things on screen? Etc., etc., etc. There's no such thing as the same top-down setup for every single top-down game, so... It also depends on, is it realistic? Is it stylized? Like, what kind of detail do you expect to see? Try it and see. You know, load in the 4K. See if you want to go, if you can go lower without, you know, reducing the quality. If you can, go lower. You go from there. That's not an answer I can possibly give without knowing anything about the game. Like visually. Sorry. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Oh yeah, I need to do, where's the your material? Needs to be automatically masked. I mean, so the question's not dumb, it's just not something I can answer for you. It's a good a question to ask yourself. There we go. Much better. Oof. I see that little rock there. Can you hide from me? No. I'm so glad this is just procedural. I don't have to like concern myself too much with stuff. I might need to set. I'll probably set up a different material setter for these guys, Because I think I want to do like a dirty bottom for them. Maybe like a dirty or mossy bottoms. Sort of like what I was doing here. But I don't think I want to go like full moss all the way up. But just a little bit to make it more interesting. Do I need to make these guys masked? I don't think I do. I don't think they really get in the way. These guys for sure. Is there a way of detecting if a material is masked? I don't think there is. How do you manage hiding meshes when a character is behind? Using sphere traces. You have a lot of indoor places, and for now you're manually hiding meshes depending on what room the character's in. That is a skill wheel. I'm using just a sphere trace to just. So when I'm behind it, something is between the camera and the player, and so I can tell it to. Tell the material instance to basically go set the opacity accordingly. That's all it is. I tried lots of different things. I tried cutouts for a long time. No, nothing looked good. The only downside here is you can't have like a fade in, fade out. But I don't think there's any way of me doing that. Unless like I made every single one of these a blueprint and have that logic within themselves, but then I'm not doing that. There's no point. Okay, well, I think this is working well. Are you making every single one of those a blueprint? Yeah, just do a simple sphere trace and then make a dynamic material instance if it doesn't have one and assign the opacity value. And you can do the stuff like this. That's all it is. Nice. Oh yeah, there was yeah, this guy. Did I do anything? I don't think I did anything here. Guess I should have hit save if I didn't do anything. You. You did have render custom turned on, but just not the rest. Okay. Maps are more complex. Buildings with several floors. Walls that should be on the player one outside and off one inside. You'll have to simplify the trace from Claire. I mean, the process is still the same. You still just do a trace. Right? That doesn't change. If you want, you can do like a trace to like, I don't know, some volume that it has the information of every object inside of it, and then it just turns them like just turns visibility on and off. It depends, like if you want to like have it be opacity or do you want to like fully turn off and on. Because you can do full on off without material instances. It really depends on like what your goal is and what you want it to look like. Yeah, but there's several ways of doing it, and there's plenty of YouTube tutorials. So step one is figuring out how you want it to work. And step two is hitting up the YouTube tutorials. That's where I started. a lot of the things I tried until I, decided to just make this system was a bunch of YouTube tutorials for like different cutouts and things like that. Good now? Yeah, I think now we're good. Sweet. I think these guys look good. They look okay. I think, could they look better? Yes, but I think they look okay. How would the trees look if I made them two? Hey, how's it? Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. Kind of tired today. Brain's not functioning. Your shadows change when you lower opacity? No. No changes. Where's one that I have? It's kind of they're kind of facing top right. Oh, you can see behind this, right? I think that's AO. I think that's shadow. Oh, here we go. Here's right. You can see the shadow on this. This is the actual shadow. Right? This dark line, right, that comes right from it. And as I go behind it, right, the shadow doesn't change. This is still exactly the same. Because then it'll look weird. I don't want that. Oh, did I not? Oh, that's what I changed. God damn it. It's like, what did I change? Why is it asking me to save? That's why it's asking me to save. Because I fixed the rock and then I undid fixing of said rock. You just woke up and opened up an Unreal project, eh? Just worst things to do in the morning. You know? Like you could have just deleted your project in the morning, right? That would have been worse. Could have been hit by a train in the morning. That's also worse. You could have eaten a spider. I mean, look, I'm just saying. You're doing pretty well. You know what's interesting? This right here is because of a decal from the side. And it works so damn well. To just make it look like there's just a little bit of a moss growing in the cracks. It's spawning procedurally through my system. But with this new look, it really emphasizes that. Which I'm glad about. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I'm quite pleased. Okay, well, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we call it an early Friday. And the reason I'm thinking that is because my pad is just not functioning. It's just not function. I'm I'm an empty today. Do I move slower when diagonal? No, it's just a 3D environment. It's not a grid-based game. It's just because I'm using like cubes and stuff, right? Just because it looks like this doesn't mean it has anything to do with an actual grid of any kind. That's just the aesthetic of it. Yeah. Other than that, no correlation whatsoever. I just think it looks cool. Didn't mean that. What did you mean then? I mean, you just move at a certain speed no matter what direction you go. So there's no diagonal in that sense. So I assumed you were talking about a grid. I just move it at whatever speed in whatever direction I choose. If you go straight up or W8's a different speed. It's whatever the default is. If that's default and it's not correct, then it is what it is. It's not something I noticed or matters at all for the game, so if it is, cool. If it's not, cool. I've not noticed any issues. But I also haven't looked at it that closely, I'll be honest, so maybe down the line it'll matter, but at the current moment, yeah, it just doesn't matter. Anyway. You're right. Anyways, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. This Sunday, the Sunday's video will be back to PCG 1 of, which is just talking about a bunch of different modular ways of using PCG. Like, how do you spawn something modularly? How do you then use something modularly? How do you reuse, like, settings? Things of that nature. Subgraphs, instances, data stuff. All that good stuff. So, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night. Lovely weekend. And I'll see you all on Monday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye!